Hello, wonderful people. Good morning. Well, it's actually not really morning. It's afternoon in my place in Florida. But oh, hold on. I don't want to hear myself. My apologies. But anyway, so you're still wonderful. It's still morning in some of the places, and I buenas tardes. Good afternoon. And please introduce yourself. Where you're watching from? I know there's a lot of people from the United States, Canada, Europe watching. What platform you're watching? If the sound is good, yes, Delilah. Hello, hello. Good evening. Salam alaikum. Uh, well, I hope it's Arabic. Algeria. Salam alaikum. Um, so now I'm still working on my piece. All right, I still work on that Venetian style room, and today it's going to be really interesting, really, really, really interesting because we have a special guest. We have a special person. He is really interesting person, in my opinion. Okay, and I love always to hear about the background of the people. What I'm talking about, his name is Austin Waldo. I hope I pronounce his name correctly and he's not gonna curse me. He is owner and a founder of the school. Let me say hello to other people. There's a Jane Dobry from Poland, Los Angeles, Mid Michigan. There's a lot of people actually connected now. But like I said, his name is Austin, and his school is Austin School of Furniture in Austin, Texas. Okay, we tried to ask him if the school is named after his name or the school named after the town. But I think there's some kind of secret going on or mystery. If he wants to move somewhere else, he's probably going to take his name just because his name is also Austin. Keith, good to see you. James, good to see you. Paul, good to see you. Bernie, good to see you. Well, Keith already has a question concerning your new gouges. Are you going to have 60-degree pairing? No, I'm not. Okay, so that's not the subject of today's video. Let me introduce you people. Austin, founder, owner of School of Furniture in Austin, Texas. All right. Hello, Austin.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing wonderful. Wonderful.
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Well, I should look at you. Okay, I should look like that. So tell us a little bit about your journey and who you are and so on. And there's a lot of people all over the world. They even don't know probably about one of the best schools in Texas. And I'm not joking because some of the best people coming from Texas. I mean, woodworking world people. So tell us, please. All right, now I'm gonna look right there.
Yeah. Well, thank you for not sharing the top secret information about the school's name. That's definitely top level credentials needed to know that information. So I
I
appreciate
know,
that.
I know.
But
Yes.
yeah. Like you said, my name is Austin. I am actually from Kansas, so I was not named after Austin, Texas. A lot of people ask that. But the school that I'm currently running is the Austin School of Furniture, which is in Austin, Texas. Specifically, we're in South Austin right now. But a lot of people always ask about my background and how I got into the school and how I got into furniture making. And it's never the answer that they are thinking that I would give, because my background is actually on the digital marketing and tech side of things. And that's what I went to school for. And that's what I did for a long time professionally. And have gone through all kinds of career explorations to uh, live and work in Korea, lived and worked in Denver, worked for several startups, had a few of my own, and worked for big companies doing marketing, and have still have my own marketing agency at this point. But really, the only common denominator through all of that, even since I was a kid, was woodworking. So woodworking has always been a passion and a hobby of mine, and became kind of side businesses as I got older. And then once I moved to Austin, then that became more of a profession. And I'm sure we'll talk more about the origin story of the school. But yeah, my background is actually in digital marketing, and doing all kinds of fun stuff with tech companies and education companies and now woodworking companies.
Wow, great. I guess you're just tired of the computers and just want to do woodworking, right? Although
Well, I
you
mean, I
are,
still I still do a lot on my computer, but it's
mm,
now things that I want to do, not doing things on the computers that I didn't want to do
that's
previously.
your passion. That's your
Yeah.
passion. And you mentioned Korea, did you?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
many years? 4 years, right?
4 years, yeah, I was living there and studying the language and teaching business English, and kind of teaching some English presentation skills. So kind of using my business degree, but more just on my native English speaking abilities.
Okay, you probably have to become my master and I'm gonna become your apprentice. But I still try to keep my accent. I'm not sure how we're gonna deal with that. But
That's fine. Yeah.
yeah, but great. So tell us, why did you start that school? And I met some, like I said, the greatest people coming to your school, not only to take classes, but also to give classes, the greatest teachers and instructors in woodworking world. So, like like I'm gonna just mention one of the names. Next week we're gonna have an interview with Frank Straza. I actually named one of the cuts after his name. Frank cut because it was a wrong cut he used before. But anyway, for you guys to know, I mean that those people. Furniture actually in White House, okay, so that type of level of people coming and just teaching there, greatest people, actually the greatest instructors in woodworking, not just wood carving. Like, I'm a wood carver, but he's got a lot of programs, which is, I want to ask you the next question. Well, the first question, why did you start?
Yeah.
And obviously after that you can just to tell us what programs and what's the idea behind and so on. Okay,
Yeah.
just tell us, please.
Sure, sure. Well, I think to really understand how and why I started the school, you have to understand two other, what we'll call them, businesses that I started, because it was very much the entrepreneur in me that saw a need for something and then a solution. So I moved to Austin with my wife and was looking to get into the woodworking community here, and was not really having much luck meeting other woodworkers. It was very isolated. Everybody worked in their own shops and they knew of each other, but they really didn't get together. So I essentially started a meetup group. So just a club of woodworkers that got together, and being in Austin and wanting to have the club be what I enjoy, which is woodworking and craft beer, we essentially started a woodworking kind of social club that we get together at breweries and we share our projects, and you can bring small ones and show them off. So I started the club in 2016, I think. And through that, then we realized that there were starting to be other groups of woodworkers. And we decided that we, as a club, wanted to throw one event per year that got all of those clubs together. So we started a big event. Well, at that point, it wasn't all that big, but called the Texas Woodworking Festival. And so from the club came the Texas Woodworking Festival. And then through the Texas Woodworking Festival, people brought up that although they liked the event, they wanted some educational aspects at the club and at the event that they weren't getting here in Austin. So then, with the furniture makers that I had met through the club and through the Texas Woodworking Festival, I decided to start the school in 2018. So from the club came the event, and then from the event came the school, and the school has grown quite a bit since 2018, and have brought in, our local instructors that are here in Austin, to Texas instructors, and then to all of the United States, and then even some international instructors and students that we've brought in recently. So we're trying to grow the school in a way that is educating as many people as possible not only in our local community, but anyone that wants to come and travel to Austin and hang out in the Fun City could also do so and take some woodworking classes and some furniture making classes while they're here. So all of those different businesses is kind of the roundabout way of how the school evolved into what it is today, and how it got started.
Great. So wonderful. Yeah, you're saying it's a fun place, Austin, Texas. Well, it's a cheap place. Okay, it's a really expensive place.
Sure,
Well,
yeah, definitely.
nowadays, a lot of people from all over, West, from California and other states. I mean, I'm talking about like Washington State. They moving to Texas and Florida. So and the housing is not cheap and all. But as far as the fun, yeah, I mean, I absolutely I can say a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Those guys took me to live music places. I mean, I've been like in a couple places. Uh, I think it's almost like uh, Tennessee. I'm talking about Nashville. Well, it's not actually the same. Okay, let's put it that way. In Tennessee, in Nashville, there is a lot of music, but it's all locked inside of the studios. In Austin, what I saw, it's also a lot of live music, but it's not locked inside of the studios. It's actually live events just everywhere, pretty much in different places. I saw some dancing, the real two-step dancing, and no, I did not dance. If you want to ask me that, no, I don't know how to do that stuff. But anyway, it's kind of fun. Okay, it's kind of fun place to be if you can afford, of course. you know. Um, but let me check something else here if there's any questions. But anyway, so it's a beautiful place, beautiful school. I really did not expect less than what I saw, and I know you are adding some programs, right? So it's going to be a full year, and you do have weekends and the whole week, and actually 3 months, right? It's just like a
Yeah,
program the whole 3 months. Can you tell us a little more about those programs? I mean, just more in depth. What
sure.
exactly those programs are and whom should take them? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we think everybody should take them,
Of course,
but
yes, of
we
course, yes, yeah,
we have everything from
obvious.
a short one evening kind of 4 hour class all the way to what you mentioned is our intensive program that's happening this May. That will be 3 months, pretty much full time. So May, June, and July, they'll be here 6 days a week or so. So that'll be really fun, and that'll be the first time that we've done that. And a really amazing furniture maker named Philip Morley will be leading that, and we're really excited to do that. So everything from one evening to weekends, week long during the day, multi-week evening classes, and then 3 months that are covering a range of skills and furniture styles and all the different kind of aspects of furniture making in projects that we're trying to teach.
Well, I saw something else while I was teaching. Right at the end, there was a one-to-one class,
Yeah,
which I did not see in any other schools. Maybe there's some schools doing that stuff, but yeah, I mean, really interesting. Like I said, it's a one-to-one class. There was a young lady, I shouldn't say lady, young girl, pretty much she's like in 20s something.
yeah,
And there was a professional instructor who would just do class one on one.
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
And I think that is a great idea, actually. Great idea to get those people just use the facility for that type of. I mean, not everyone wants to invite apprentice to their own shop, but
Hmm.
you open for that. So people just to check those classes what is available or just to get in touch with Austin, we're gonna I'm gonna post a link below the video to his website, and you can just check and schedule whatever you want to do. You can build your own. They did actually a table, okay,
Hmm.
walnut salad wood walnut table. Okay, I actually saw beautiful lumber right there. I guess you can actually get even a lumber for those people. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. The idea is those that maybe have an unusual schedule where they can't do the classes when we have them scheduled, or they want something super specific that is not, we might be doing a small dining room table, but they really need a really big one. we may never offer a class that's exactly what they want, so they can sign up for these private classes where the instructors will design a project specifically for them, and then not only have a shop where we can actually build it, but walk them through the process so they're learning how to make it, and all the different kind of intricacies of furniture making while they're going to take home this amazing piece of custom furniture. So we've had people that are, surgeons that have to be on call that can't really sign up for long-term classes, to people that are traveling a lot, or ones that just want something really, really specific. So it's been working out well for the weeks in between our classes, where I might be here just prepping lumber for the next class or doing some design work. So the shop is getting utilized in kind of the downtime, where we're still educating and we're still utilizing the tools in the shop, but then kind of catering to a different market that our classes aren't reaching.
That's wonderful, wonderful. Now, I do have a question, okay? You should be able to read it also on your screen. From Billy Jack Allison. For the 3 months course, can we use, I guess, GI Bill?
Good question. So right now, no. In the future, maybe. The GI Bill, going through the Veteran Affairs Office is very technical in all of the criteria that you have to meet. And right now, we don't meet those criteria. So eventually, once we have all the ducks in a row, then we will apply to be able to use the GI Bill for vocational rehabilitation or some of the other aspects of the GI Bill. So right now, no. In the future, you probably will be.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, what do you think about my class?
Yeah, yeah. So that class was fun, and the fundamentals of carving that we essentially did, I guess you could say, two projects, but one main project with a kind of smaller side project, which I think you can see. I'm pointing the wrong side, somewhere up there. A acanthus leaf, and then a larger image that we kind of worked through as a class and designed. And I think a lot of the students agree that they really liked the fact that we didn't have a project going into the class at the beginning, that we worked on the idea together and designed it together, and then drew it out and learned how to create those shapes and those flowers and leaves in a really interesting way, and come up with our own design that was never made before and would probably never be made again. So it's kind of a very one-off project that we did in that class specifically. So working through the fundamentals of the tools and how to use them and how to sharpen them, which was really, really important, and then how to draw out the design and work through the carvings, that I think was just an amazing opportunity to kind of learn from Alex how to do such a fun design project and carve it in 5 days.
Yeah, we actually talked about design a little bit. I did not elaborate it this time because, yeah, one of the projects, like Austin mentioned, two projects that what we did. We started with the more complicated. There was a logic behind, so you have to feel if you're able to do that or not. Then we jumped a little bit on a simpler, like a acanthus leaf and so on, and everybody's happy. Everybody's happy, but still, my goal in this class was to teach the techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, we covered design, but sometimes some classes I cover design a lot more in depth. We can go all the way to the mathematics, whatever you want to. Okay, so we did one class a few years ago. It was all math based. We designed together with the whole class. Okay, so we just calculated all the distances and stuff like this, all the curvatures and stuff like this. But it's fun. It's fun. But I want to tell you, we never do the same. Even if I teach in different schools, uh, and I'm gonna travel a lot of times this year, but I still not gonna do the same class. So
Mm-hmm.
if you already took my class, so it doesn't mean you already know everything. So the next year it's gonna be more challenging for you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So now, Austin, is it possible you can grab the camera and just to show your school around? Is that
Sure,
something
sure.
possible? Can you just
Yeah.
walk around and just people would feel, the space and so on?
All right. Are you seeing that? All right. So
Yeah, I see
let's
it.
start at the front door. and then we'll come backwards. So one of the new things that we did when we moved into this location was we started a retail store. So as a resource for our students, we are selling Festool, we're selling SawStop, and a whole bunch of different blades. We sell the Shaper CNC, and then a lot of small router bits, hand tools, things that we use in our class, so things that we like. Milk paint, Osmo, of course, Type Bond, some hand tools, the Panta router, the elephants. A lot of these are things that friends of ours make, and we sell them here as a resource to our students.
Well,
And of
actually,
course,
let me interrupt you for a second,
yeah,
just to go back to that router, okay? Just the Penta router. I know there's not too many places you can get that stuff.
you can't. We are the only retailer outside of Panta router.
Here you go. See,
Yeah.
that's one of the advantages. But it's for members only, right?
No, I mean you could definitely buy this if you're here in town, and you could start doing some really cool joinery. But if you're buying online, it's probably still best to do that through Panta router. But you can reach out to us and actually get your hands on it and play around with it. And then hand tools while you're here for our classes, and
Hmm.
then lots of t-shirts.
Lots of t-shirts. That's true. Okay,
So
let's
once
take a
you,
look inside. Yes.
yeah, you come into the bench room here. So we've got 12 benches for the students, and then a teacher bench. And we utilized the TVs and the camera system quite a bit while Alex was here. So the teacher can be up here, plugged into the wall, and it projects up onto both the TVs. It's great for close-ups. And we've got a hand tool library that students can borrow some of our hand tools. This drawer bank is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a
Different
different
types
species.
of woods to show students what they look like. And
That's
say
wonderful.
about half of these are local, where they've actually been milled up, fallen down and milled up here in Austin. And then you can't have a woodworking at school without all the fine woodworking magazines, of
Of
course.
course, of course.
Yeah, and then an actual little library where students can borrow some books if they need something.
If they bored, if they don't wanna do anything else, just read.
Research, we'll call it. Yeah.
Research,
So then
yes.
out here is the machine shop. So you never can have too many clamps, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
So we've got maybe 3 or so of every machine. So we're able to kind of facilitate a pretty decent furniture making class where we're setting things up and using jigs and running through things, and makes it a lot of fun to do big projects where you have lots of people in here.
So you have about 5,500 square feet, right? A facility.
Just about 5,000.
Five
Yeah.
thousand. Okay. Okay. 5,000. And looks like you are a normal woodworker. What I mean by that, I saw some of the down to earth machinery. I'm talking about the Grizzly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody wants to show off, with some expensive machines, but in reality, a lot of woodworkers in garages, they use just the Grizzly machinery, which is the
Yeah.
same country pretty much. Yeah, I saw
Hmm.
some Powermatics, but Powermatic and Grizzly made in the same country.
Sure. Yeah, and that Powermatic was already used. So not
Hmm.
only from a financial standpoint of the school, but also to show students that you don't necessarily have to have the most expensive tools.
Hmm.
That Grizzlies are great machines for what they cost.
Oh,
There definitely
absolutely.
are better machines out there, but they can do a lot with Grizzlies and other machines. And we like our Festool just as much as everybody else, but
Oh, absolutely.
you
Absolutely
can do
right.
a little bit with just a little.
Yeah, it all depends what you want to do. But in reality, a lot of people, they don't do uh, professional level production woodworking. Most of the people actually doing even custom woodworkers, big names. I'm talking about big names. They don't have huge facilities and the best furniture made in small shops. It's truth. Okay, most of the best of the best of the best people, like I said, they don't have thousands of square feet. Uh, but they produce furniture, and that furniture ends it up, somewhere in the White House, and that's just how it works. All right.
Yeah, yeah, very
Well,
true.
I mean, I really liked your school. I mean, I have absolutely like attached to Austin, although the weather wasn't that nice. You promised the weather in January gonna be good, but
I don't remember saying that. I told you February was my favorite month
okay.
in Austin.
No, it's still
So
good.
it's
Okay, it's still good. During the day, it was like about 60, 50s, 60s. It was
yeah.
okay. In the morning, it was a little less okay. It was 49. Okay, I'm okay with 50, 49 is just too much for me. I'm from Russia originally. It's 49. I can't do that. Okay, so just too
We'll try
cold.
to change that next time you come back.
Okay, tell us a little more about how we can find you. I mean, not me. I know how to find. I just go to airport and you pick me up. Okay, but
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
online and so on. Where are you at? I mean, social media and so on.
Yeah,
Tell us.
yeah. For everybody else, they can find us on Facebook and, of course, Instagram at Austin School of Furniture. And then all of our classes and all the information about the school is online at austinschooloffurniture.com. We have information about the school, and having come from the digital marketing side, you purchase the classes, you sign the liability waiver all online just by clicking on a class and adding it to your cart like you would be buying something on Amazon. So
Hmm.
it's that easy. And if you ever have any questions, everybody can fill out a contact form on the website, and it will go to me.
Oh, great, wonderful. Okay, thank you very much, Austin. I think we're gonna just wrap up right now. Okay, don't disconnect. I'm gonna talk to you for a couple seconds. We're gonna end this live, and people, just to check next week, we're gonna talk with the Frank Straza, and besides my just the normal live streams, and get ready for the questions and so on. Okay, and now with Austin School, just to go ahead and check that website. If you want to schedule class with me, I know there was. I mean, I don't think there's a still schedule for the next year, but knock on the door now. Okay, call Austin and say I want to get in that class because those classes are filling quickly. Okay, they, you know, getting full really quickly. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me see. Somebody just got a really good comment, I believe. Hold on. The school is a top notch and people are even better. Can't wait to take more classes there. Oh, yeah. I mean, I 100% agree with that. Okay. It's a top notch. And I like the idea. So, Austin, he is not like narrow minded. Okay. So he's really open and uh, it's not like old, not that I have anything against old generation, but there is a lot of old generation people. They just are so narrow minded, and they don't see the future. But Austin, not like that. So I really like. So please communicate with him. Like I said, the website I'm gonna mention again. Oh, by the way, his name is Austin. For you, just remember that. All right. So important, really important. Austin Waldo. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, yeah, you got
Okay.
it. Like, where's Waldo?
Waldo. Okay, and I'm gonna show you one more time, guys, his school. Okay, so austinschooloffurniture.com, really easy. And also go ahead and check my site. Don't forget that. Okay, it's right below his link. I mean, right there, schoolofwoodcarving.com. Thank you very much, wonderful people. All right, I'll see you next time. So go ahead and hug someone, give a smile, and I'll see you later. Thank you.
All right.
Hey.
Happy woodworking, everybody.